Dear friends, welcome back. What if it comes a day when you're looking for an SUV, but you are in a modern era, so basically you're looking for the best of two worlds. The petrol, not electric just, and as well at the same time some bit of electrical. In this case you have the options of the HEV or you have of the hybrid. In our case today we're gonna speak about the hybrid.
Praise the Lord.
And especially we're gonna speak about the hybrid range from the Nissan X-Trail or their new overall thinking and capacity of moving from just petrol to the best of the both world. So welcome it, Nissan X-Trail 2023 model. Overall, what does 2023 Nissan X-Trail looks about, or what exactly you could expect from it? First of all, you expect a new style. Finally, Nissan upped the game. This game, it's like overall amazing. It really looks amazing. If to compare with the previous version, as you see here, the third generation, second generation, even the first generation is like some home style from the Tank 1. Basically looking for a normal car. Overall, you have the full capacity of the modern technology. You have the parktronics, you have the LED lights, you have the LED turning lights, you have the chrome side, because here we have the maximum completion apart from specific roofline color that you could pay for another 600 euros or let's say $600, depends on the country where this car is provided. But for European version, here you have the overall maximum that you could get from the car. So it's overall 1,800 kilograms of space. Overall width of the car is 1,840 millimeters, but with the door mirrors open. Overall it will be 1,820 millimeters.
If you are new to Victorioso Reviews, I do car reviews, 0 to 100 race, some drag race, and lately a lot of messing around. So subscribe and hit the notification bell.
Overall length is 4,680 millimeters with the ground clearance of 210 millimeters. So basically, as I suppose, wherever you're driving, you could drive without issues. You're not touching anything. Have you ever touched, Mr. Owner? Have you ever watched or touched anything when you're driving with this overall clearance? Never. So it's all good. You see, amazing car. What comes for the style, amazing as well. These roof lines, like the maximum, this car, the maximum completion that comes in, you have the roof line jack, you have as well the panoramic roof, you have these chrome lines. For the normal or the standard one, you're not gonna have any chrome. So here, if you see a lot of chrome, in this case is the maximum completion. And as well, you have the 19 wheels that overall do provide a lot of comfort when driving. What about the height and the back side of the car? Basically, you have the overall height of 1,720 millimeters, and as well the back that looks amazing. Of course, you're gonna have the X-Trail for everyone to know that you're driving an X-Trail. The overall design, the change even for the back, you have again a lot of chrome. You have the parktronics, you have the tech, yes, the LED tailgates, a tail light, the LED turning lights, you have the tailgate. Overall, here it's amazing, apart from one thing. Basically, as I suppose everyone when it's getting in, you're looking to open the tailgate. What you're gonna do first, you're gonna reach here. But here you have the camera. So the tailgate to open, it's right here. You need to press it here in order to be able to open. Yeah, it's clear. But still, during the rain day, if you're living in a rainy country, most probably you're gonna miss a few times until you get used to the fact that it's somewhere there, under.
I swear, I never seen a man so dirty.
What comes for the engines and especially for the European market? Here you have actually four types of the engines. One, it's 1.5 liter 158 horsepower, 1.5 liter 163 horsepower, but this is not e-power, it's just the petrol, nothing else. The next two are Nissan E-Power 1.5 liter with 203 horsepower, and because it has an electrical motor in the front, for additional money you can buy the Nissan E-Power 1.5 with 213 horsepower, because it will have one electrical motor in the front, one electrical motor in the back. That's a really nice and I suppose very powerful trim. The overall liters that you could put inside or put in with the petrol is 60 liters. So I suppose that overall for a 50-50, 50% of driving in the city, 50% driving overall on the highway, this car currently do consume 7.4 liters of the petrol. In the city, somehow the car will consume less than on the highway. Most probably on the highway there is necessary, the battery maybe it requires more power, and that's why the engine do work more in order to produce the power necessary for the high speeds. What comes for the trunk, you also can speak a lot of different things, because this one in our case I'm 1.85 meters. My colleague, it's I think it's a little bit even taller than me. Supposedly he's not hitting his head through the door, so it's all good. But in this car, because it's the maximum that could be in it, it came with 7 seats. Basically for another 1,000 euros on the top you have 7 seats. Usually the 7 seats will go for the kids, but I'll show you right away. But let's speak about the trunk. Here under you don't have anything. Actually you have only the repair thing for the tire, nothing else. Everything is hidden because the hybrid train is under the protection line. Okay, you don't have any lift. Basically you could slide in or outside anything that you have without issues. But in case you have the 3 rows up, the all available space in the back will be 177 liters. Basically it's enough for 1, 2 or maybe 3 backpacks, nothing more. When you're putting it down, the third seat, it will be 485 liters available space, like in our case. Here it will be 485 liters. But what's the catch? In case you would have 5 row, like only 5-seater X-Trail maximum compactation, here you're gonna have 575 liters, like almost 100 liters more of boot space. But take in consideration that the X-Trail, they're cheeky monkey. What does it mean? Instead of measuring like everybody else the overall capacity that starts from the windows there, they start from here, from the roof line. So most probably the overall space is even smaller, but still, dear owner, did you have any issues with the overall capacity, like driving with 2 kids, things to put here? It's enough space?
Usually yes.
So then the main question was like, yeah, so the answer was usually yes.
I don't, I just believe it.
What comes for the back seats? As usual, you have here a very wide open door in our case. What's amazing that it comes with 85% of opening of the door. It's almost 90 degrees. You actually, I'm not sure if you'll see or even feel a difference about it. For the kids, if you have any car seats to get in, or even the one that are facing backwards, it will be, you put it here and getting out, because you have ISOFIX here, ISOFIX there, everything what you need for the kids. For a family car, amazing. Overall, amazing quality build, everything. You have the lever here, you have the plastic here, you have as well the privacy glass that will help you to hide from overall what is happening outside. In rest, you have this thing that looks like brushed aluminum, but this is plastic that will even work for a longer period of times. All right, now I'm sitting right behind the driver, and the driver, it's kind of tall, really tall. So I'm sitting right behind him. And right now we are in configuration of the 7-seater car. So supposedly in the back you have kids that are driving. Overall space, none. But usually you are driving it from time to time and not for long period of times. In case you are only 5-seater car, you go like this. And right now, my friends, that's so much space. You get your feet under the front seat. Amazing, you can drive like a small king. Looks amazing. You have heated seats in the back. Usually for the X-Trail, it's not so usual to see heated seats in the back. So that's quite a nice tech. Thank you very much for having it. If to come to the space, because I'm using right now the kid for our test, I asked him to go on the other side. So let's see why on the back seats you're putting only kids. In our case, as you see, this is the amount of space that you can have. For a kid that's 130 centimeters, basically this is the amount of space. Are you comfortable? Yes? Yeah, he is comfortable. So basically, have you ever right here in the back? Yes? You like it? So, it's a place for kids, they will like it. But in case you sit like me, in our case, you don't have space anymore. So, you need to drive like this for small space here. Not the biggest, but still it's okay. But at least you know, in the back, it's only for the kids. In 7 seats modes, right now I'll be right behind the passenger. You know what? Monsieur, you're too tall. Right now I'm driving behind the passenger and I still have at least 3 fingers available space. So, good idea. Do not drive behind the tall drivers. Get behind the passenger, because yeah, right now in the 7 seats, really, there's a lot of space. It's enough space. I can easily sit here. Wow, that's cool. Okay, that's overall, I found a new thing today. It comes for the front side, basically, you have again, amazing color, amazing everything. The main trim that you have, as in the back, you have it here. Plastic, leather, plastic. You don't have shades? No, it's actually plastic. This is like a very soft, no, it's very soft plastic. Here you have the memory seats for the first driver, the second driver. That's really cool to have. Overall in this, because it's a high trim, you have the best audio. You have the Bose sound. It really makes a difference from the standard trim. Okay, right now we're starting the car. You have this amazing big multimedia, but I need to stop this thing. Sound. Okay. Overall, what counts for the interior? You have this amazing everything because of the high trim. In case you go with the standard one, you don't even have a multimedia. Can you imagine that, living in a world where you don't have a multimedia? The middle trim will give you, even you're gonna see it right on the video, a little bit bigger multimedia. And after you have the high end, where you have here, you have the Apple CarPlay, you have the Android Auto. But the funny thing that I understood, in case you have an Apple, it will connect Apple CarPlay wirelessly. But in case you have an Android, in this case, only with the wire. I don't know why they did it, but supposedly they do value more the Apple users related to this car. In rest, because it's a high-end trim, you have this wonderful electronic display where you can see all the information that you need about the car. Right now we're in energy mode using the battery. Actually, it's quite nice. I like the colors. They really look very, very nice. Overall issue, it's 7.4 liters per 100 kilometers. Okay, we're gonna speak about the engine in a second, but still, with the overall, it's not even full, but it's another 506 kilometers remaining. So it sounds cool. In rest, whatever you have here, you have the overall very nice and very comfy actually seats I really like them. They're really comfy. You have the cup holders. Supposedly, if you have this kind of bottle inside, it will go everywhere, because they forgot to put some smaller thing to stop it here. In rest, you have the same, actually, USB-C, your normal USB-A. You have the start-stop button, the old 12-volt socket. You have the charging pad for your phone. You have the dual zone control in the front. All the nice buttons. They are not, thanks God, they're not, I call it a sensor. You just press them in order to change something or to do something. You have the, where is it? Here you go, the glove box. Overall, the glove box is not big. It's okay for wet wipes, but usually it's not big, because they forgot to change this thing from here and they left this amount where you have the fuse box. The fuse box of the car is right in the glove box. Why they did that? We don't know. That's Nissan for you. Rest, you have the armrest, where by pressing this button you can open, and overall, as you can see here, you can plenty of space, including the overall change. Like, it looks good, yes, and it's really deep. Sports modes or different modes of driving for the snow, for the road, for the eco mode, as well for the hill assist. Because why Nissan, or what Nissan is saying, Nissan exactly is making a really big point. This car can go as well off-road. So it's not a Nissan Patrol, but still this car can go off-road and somehow will go untouched, or it will be okay in the end. I really do like what the steering wheel offer, because it's a nice design. You have the full completion, whatever you want here. You have the actual, it's an adaptive cruise control. Basically, you put the speed, it will keep it. You have the limit or restriction, you have the Bluetooth, you have the 360 degrees camera. That is overall okay. So overall, it's a really good camera. It works. That's the most important thing. You have 360 degrees camera, so overall, when you're parking or going in the back, it will work properly. Let's see. By example, I'm very curious. Oh no, like this. So yeah, this is the reverse, this is driving, and the parking by pressing. It's kind of complicated with this e-pedal. It should work like one pedal drive, but usually it doesn't break as, let's say, other competitors on the market. Still, you have it. So let me know if you have one and if you tried it. What do you think about it? Let's go for a small drive. Let's see what do 213 horsepower of this car can provide. Overall, right from the beginning, it's wow. I really do like this overall display. It really shows the speed, it shows you the lights, and what I like about the cars that you press the acceleration and it just push you inside of your seats. Currently, I really had the same experience. I got pushed in the seat. It means the car is fast for this overall mass, for this groundiness. Wow. In rest. Overall, what I can tell you one thing, apart from the overall driving experience of our driver, I can say that the suspension of the car is really amazing. We right now drove like through some potholes on this amazing road on the Salt Lake, and you cannot really feel it. Like it's hitting the road really smooth. When driving it, you feel kind of on the top of the road, on the high end of the road. To be sincere, I don't remember when was the last time when I drove another car and I felt so high compared with others. Can you tell me, but sincerely, when you're driving on the road, do you feel overall higher king on the road or not?
most of the time, yes, but sometimes you can meet another car
that is even higher,
which is higher, yes.
But overall, for the majority of the cars,
Yeah,
you're really high.
Yes.
It feels high. I don't know, like it's
True.
Me as a not owner of the car, not driving it every day, but for me, it feels really high, like it's you're peasant, you know. So you own it for how long? like just for the viewers to understand that
at the
it's
moment,
not just 1 month and you're like
exactly 1 year.
So basically 1 year, and you drove, as I see here, 20,000 kilometers on the clock.
Yes.
Can you tell me? Can you tell the viewers why did you decide? Especially, have you, before buying the X-Trail, have you looking for other cars, other manufacturers? I don't know. Why did you buy, especially the X-Trail, especially the E-Power 4-wheel drive mode?
I tried some cars by test drive, and I saw several reviews. And when I first time trying this car, I fell in love, and others.
And you decided to stay with it?
Yes, I refused others and decided to buy this one.
Can you tell me what's that thing or things that made you to fall in love, that you say that this is your car and it doesn't matter of anything else?
The first of all, the fact that you're driving by electrical engine. It's very slightly, and you don't feel any jerks, you know. When
I suppose because of the CVT box, CVT that is moving everything.
Yes, so it's very comfortable to drive it. It's a fast one. When you have to go through the let's say roundabouts, yes, it's very helpful in that case.
It's reacting right away. You don't have like time to wait or something.
You just put your leg on the pedal and it goes fast.
Okay.
In the same moment. Also soft. It's a soft car, and for me, the most important is comfort for my family. I have children, I have a wife, so we don't need the cars like BMW M.
I understand, like very fast car to show off. I understand.
But in the same time, it's a hard one.
Hard one.
Yes, so you feel on your ass every hump on the road. So in that case, yes, it's very comfortable.
You can interrupt the voice prompt and give a command.
No. No.
Voice recognition.
So overall, how would you describe the car? Like it's a workhorse? Because usually the Nissan X-Trail, the previous ones at least, they're more considered like the workhorse. Like it's a car with the with the steering wheel, 4 wheels, that driving you from one side to another side on the higher seats. How would you describe this car? Is it the same as the previous one, or they changed finally something in it?
In my opinion, it's mostly family car.
It's a family car.
Yes,
okay.
It's a very comfortable family car with the option like big luggage and as well very fast.
It's a very fast car with a lot of luggage for the family.
Yes, and it's very comfortable by soft.
It's soft suspension, basically. Yeah. If let's say you'll have the option to go back 1 year in the back, would you do the same choice? Have you ever, during the last year, thought about another car? But be sincere.
Most probably I choose the same.
The same.
Yes. At the moment, so it's only 1 year. Maybe after some years I will change my mind. But at the moment, no.
It covers all your needs.
Yes, it covers everything.
One more question. I think I'll just not bother you more about that. Would you recommend for a buyer that looking such a car to go for a hybrid or just petrol?
Of course, hybrid.
It's definitely worth it.
Definitely.
Do you remember what was the big difference in money between the one with one electrical engine and 2 engines? Was it big
It's about maybe 1,000.
So basically, definitely, guys, it's definitely worth it to buy second. If it's such a small difference, it doesn't even worth it to go for the 1 engine. It doesn't worth it. Go with the 2 engines. And the funny thing, Nissan, in case you want 7-seaters, it goes only with this type of the trim with 2 engines. You cannot buy a 7-seater where you don't have e-Power. They cut down the possibility, but still, here you have it. So thank you very much for letting me and everyone knows what it's like to own and have such a wonderful car. For now, while we're driving, I can say it's really a nice car to drive. I think the biggest wow factor that the car have, it's the height, that you have the sunroof that will open without issue, so you don't need a convertible. The suspension is really cool. It really eats the potholes and it's comfortable. I'm impressed. I really do like the car. But you, what do you think? Would you buy such a car? Let me know in the comments.